If you're a violinist experiencing pain or injury when you play, it's really important to have a great warm-up routine. Today I'm going to be taking you through 5 warm-up exercises before I play and before I practice. You don't need any equipment, but if you'd like, grab a TheraBand and perhaps 2 washcloths, and I will take you through my exercises. Hey, I'm Dr. Lynn Kuo. I'm the founder of Violin with Dr. Lynn. As you can see, we're in my home and I'm about to practice, but I thought I would share this video with you about what I do when I'm going to practice to make sure that I warm up all my muscles, which might be cold. And especially if you are cold, it's very important to warm up. You don't want to stretch before you do any playing because your muscles are kind of cold. People tell me that they stretch before they play. I don't agree with this. I always stretch after I play. In fact, if you want to see a stretching video of what I do after I play, let me know in the comments. The first warm-up exercise that I do is a nerve gliding exercise for your neck. Now, we want to keep all the nerves sending messages to our muscles down to our fingers. And this is something that I really needed when I lost control and strength in my hands. So this is really healthy. And consult your physiotherapist or your health practitioner about any of these exercises. That's my disclaimer. Make sure you're asking a health practitioner whether these exercises will be suitable for you. But I'm sharing with you exercises that I believe will be beneficial for everybody. This is a nerve gliding exercise that will help open up the nerves that come out of your spine and then travel right through here and down your arm. So what you do first, you start with a head in a neutral position. I'm going to start with my left hand first. I have it in a fist that's by my head, by my side of my head. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open out the arm. And as you open out the arm, follow with your head. And you're going to open out the hand and breathe here. Inhale. And exhale, just to relax. You can feel this opening up. And then we're going to close that. And as you close it, your head returns to normal, back to the beginning position. And then we're going to tip the right ear away from the fist. Breathe here. And exhale. So you'll feel this opening up here. Now you return your head back to normal, and you're going to repeat that on that side. Okay. Now, this is really important to do it on the other side, too. So I'm only showing you on the left side, but I would like for you to do it on the other side as well. And this is really great for sending the nerve message down to your fingers. Right, the second exercise I have is to warm up my rotator cuffs. You can do this without any equipment, but I will show you what it's like to do it with 2 washcloths. And these 2, well, actually, this is a toque, or what we call in Canada as a toque, and a washcloth. You can have 2 washcloths. I can only find 1. What I do is I just kind of ball it up, fold it up, and you're going to put it underneath between your arm and your side. And this same on the other side. All right, are you ready with me? Okay, so we're going to do this together. What you're going to do first is squeeze, just gently squeeze the washcloth to the sides. And what we're trying to do is activate the back. See? When I squeeze the washcloth, I'm trying to activate the backs of my rotator cuff area. Here and here. And you're doing that with the washcloth, but you can also do it without the washcloths. But I will demonstrate now. So once you're squeezing, all right, I have my palms up. What you're going to do after you squeeze is to externally rotate using those muscles in the back. And you're going to do an external rotation. That's 1. And bring it back. Remember to squeeze the washcloth to your side before you externally rotate. That's 2. And then bring it back. And number 3, remember to squeeze towards the sides first. It's going to be a bit of a workout, actually. And 4, and bring it back. And 5. And remember to breathe while you're doing that. Now you can do that without the washcloths if you're at work or you don't have washcloths by you. You can just simply pretend they're there, squeezing and using, again, muscles in the back. And this will strengthen external rotation because we do quite a lot of playing. And then that stretches the rotator cuff muscles and they become very weak. So we want to make sure that we're preventing any injury by making sure that those muscles remain strong to counteract all the violin playing that we're doing. Now, once you do these for a while, we're talking weeks, months, perhaps, regularly, you will start to feel a little bit stronger. They may start out to be very weak in the beginning, like they were for me. But once you get stronger, now don't skip ahead and do this right away, but you may want to move to a TheraBand. Same principle, pretend you're squeezing on the sides. First, your elbows squeeze to the sides. And then, with my palms up, just grabbing the TheraBand, you're just going to gently activate that area again. But make sure you're doing this correctly and activating inside this region here, okay? It's not a muscular thing here in the hands. It's all in that rotator cuff exercise. Okay, so this third exercise is range of motion exercise. It doesn't require any muscular effort. Basically, what you do is you have your hands. I have them palm down. What we're going to do is, let's talk about pronation and supination. Pronation is when you are turning your thumbs towards your body. And supination is when you're turning your thumbs away from your body. So outside, and turning your thumbs inside is pronation. Okay, so this is a supination first. So the thumbs rotate outwards to the sides of your body, the outsides of the body. Then you're going to externally rotate, opening up. There's no muscular involvement this time. It's just a range of motion to ensure that we have a full range of motion when we supinate first and externally rotate so that we don't lose this. I do this about 5 times. That's 2. Externally rotate, supinate first, then externally rotate. Bring it back. That's a pronation. This is a supination. Now you'll notice that this movement is in violin playing as well. When we have the bow in our right hand, we supinate, we pronate, we supinate. So we definitely want to maintain all of this range of motion. And then the last one. Okay, that's a very gentle exercise. And speaking about practice sessions, if you'd like to boost your practice session and find out what I'm thinking about to boost the efficiency of how I practice, then check out my free workshop, which I've linked maybe up here or down here. It will take you through the 5 most common practice mistakes and will help you supercharge your practice. It's at violinninja.com if you can't find it. So the last 2 exercises will be warm-up exercises for the wrists. If you need to make sure the wrists are warm, these exercises will help lubricate the joints. A rusty hinge will never get rusty if you are keeping it moving. So the point is to get the joint here moving and rotating in full range of motion. So the first one is a really easy one where you're going to clasp your hands together and bring your forearms together. Now here is where you're just going to rotate the wrists right around the full circle that you can. You can allow your forearms to rub against each other and move up and down, slide. This is a clockwise rotation. And you can do that a couple of times. And making sure that it's very smooth, very lubricated. It may feel a little bit clunky, like it does in my left wrist. Now we're going to rotate the other way, counterclockwise. Oh, this one's harder for me. For some reason, this one's harder. And this is really great. This was just given to me by my massage therapist, who's my friend and former ballet dancer with the National Ballet of Canada. Thank you, Jayanne. Jayanne was a second soloist with the National Ballet of Canada. So this is what she gave me to do to warm up my achy wrists. The next wrist exercise that I have is done on a tabletop. So this is the tabletop wrist exercise. So if you join me here. Now this one I'm not great at because I have a little bit of limited range. But what we're going to do is you're going to place your wrist. If you can start this way. So my wrist is with palm down, the wrist is down here. So what I have here is going to start with flat wrist, and then I'm going to start rotating my arm, but keeping the wrist in complete contact with the table and trying to get the wrist to constantly maintain contact with the table. As you can see, I'm having a hard time. Jayanne can do this with her arm pretty much straight up, but I cannot. See, I cannot get my wrist to go, my arm to come straight up. I have to get down to get to the wrist on the table. Now this is Counterclockwise. We're going to do some of these on the table, and then we're going to reverse. Okay, maintain the wrist on the table. I see I can't even get around there. It's hard for me. Okay, so this is going to help keep your wrist healthy. Nice healthy wrists routine. You can do the same thing on the other side. Right wrist on the table. Start rotating, maintaining the wrist in contact with the table. It's difficult for me. And just rotate, rotate. Get the range of motion as far as we can. As you can see, my body has to adjust down here. And I'm going to do the other side and rotate. I'm going down because I can't get the arm along the way I want. And just keep going. Okay, so that gives you an idea of what I do before I practice, before I play a show. Nerve gliding is really important. I do that all the time, especially before I play a performance. It doesn't disturb anybody, and I see many of my colleagues doing that at work. So try these exercises. Hopefully it will help keep you healthy in the neck, in the shoulders, in the rotator cuffs, in the wrists. Let me know in the comments what you do for your warm-ups to keep you healthy and injury-free. And also let me know if you'd like to see post-playing stretches that I do. I can definitely share those as well. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.